We are visiting the studio of sculptor Sharon Desideri in Santa Rosa. It's a unique subterranean kind of cave-like studio, and I think you're going to enjoy the very unusual and strange little creatures that are living here with us today. So I'm going to turn this over to Sharon and let her tell you something about herself and how she does this.
I'm sorry. My love is really in sculpture. It's not really so much in painting. So I've got the nerve up to start to do sculpture work, and I find it much more interesting for me. I'm a very tactile person, and I think that's one of the reasons I do sculpt, because of that whole need to touch and be involved with a three-dimensional product. And I find that when the best thing for me is, for my inspiration, is to see a found object, and from the found object comes all of these. I don't really start thinking of this first. I don't think, oh, I'm going to make one of these little guys and then I'll find a box for it. That's not the way I work it. I find, say for instance, I'd take a bone here, and then from the bone, putting it on this particular item here, I'll create, this is a little bit heavy. Crooked. No, it's not heavy. This is kind of, say for instance, I'll see this bone. Well, to me the bone looks like it's on a ship, you know. And then from there this creature will evolve. And then I do a little astrology on the side, so I pull in some of those kinds of mythological points of view, I think. I like myth. I like to go back and forth in time sometimes. A lot of my work will be, say, from the medieval times. I like Renaissance times. So when I do some of my creatures, they'll look maybe like something from Venice, say for instance. I really resonate well with that. And then I'll come up to the future. I used to do a lot of futurized things in my painting, but I'm kind of gotten more into the past and mythology and that type of stuff. It makes me laugh. It entertains me, and it keeps my mind interested. It keeps the blue devils away, you know, to do this. For me, I usually work on many things at a time, so it keeps my mind very active. And I think sculpture, for one of the reasons that I enjoy sculpture, say, more than painting, is because it's kind of mechanical in a way. It's kind of an engineering, you have to engineer a lot of this. And the stuff that I have to do, you engineer. And so that keeps your mind interested and focused. I like to do a lot of things that are very balanced, and those are really hard. And this is one of the only things I think in my life that ever held my attention that long, is this, because it's such a challenge. Every time you do something, there's always a next challenge. It's never not interesting to me. There's always something interesting about it. And a part of the reason I think for me that it is more interesting is because I always bring in different and strange techniques, and that is another engineering problem, another thinking, another way of working. You know, we have to solve a problem. But the way I start out is by the found object is the most important part to me, and that's the inspiration. Okay, so I make little creatures as well as the big creatures that you saw, and these really resonate well with my funny bone. This is called Yo. This is a new one I'm doing right now. She's going to be like, and then this, I think, is a pelican bone. She's going to use this like so. And then this, I think, is going to be her wing. The reason I'm into art is because it is let's see, that's a Tom Robbins quote. On the staircase of life, it's the only step that doesn't creak.